Ten,
9, 8,
7, 6,
3, 2,
1.
0.
Welcome, Dash League. Welcome back to another match. We have Loop versus Southern Cross in the second week of Cycle 1 here, Season 5. It's a great time to be watching Dash League. In the booth today, we got a whole host of people today. Of course, FireHorse, casting. Yours truly, of course, Castle. I'm in the commentary booth with Wick, Stone, and Moderation. Say hello, guys.
Howdy.
What's up?
Gonna be a banger.
This is one I've been looking forward to for sure. I mean, both these teams are super prominent in the public community. These guys play a lot. These guys are Dasher tier. I mean, what's not to like, right? Except for maybe Willow. We don't like that guy. Anyways, looks like we're gearing up, getting ready to go. They got Canyon set up, just waiting for the people to get in. It'll be interesting to see what teams each of these teams bring in, because I haven't really seen them scrimming too much lately. So this will be interesting to see if they're going to be bringing the strats in that they used last season, or if they're going to be implementing anything new. As far as I know, they don't really have any new players in either of their live. Oh wait, I take that back. Loop, they did get Lat. That's a big roster change. So Lat is now on Loop. Hopefully get to see him play today. They got a little muscle in their team. So, and maybe a little extra influence on maybe the admin side of things too, you know? Yeah, can't hurt.
Yeah,
as of
we
right
also
now,
have Mr. Soap now, and that's
yeah.
huge.
That's right. I've played Scrum against him. Yeah, Mr. Soap. One of those players just good at everything, you know. Also it's crazy accuracy. So that was a big pickup for them. All right, well, let's go ahead and look at Loop's lineup. Today, of course, we've already talked about Mr. Soap. He's in the first slot. But we've also got Swervo with the lowercase s. He is the Heavies and Rocketeer maybe from last season. Also Disruptor. Very strong player. I'm trying to remember a team she was on before Loop. So long. She's been on Loop. But she's come into their system pretty well. Doing very well. Smax, previously Saltus Maximus, a long-time player for Loop. Runs a lot of specialty weapons. I think he does some cart pushing as well, so expect to see a lot of him today. And then Willow and Not Gollum, the two co-captains. Probably need no introduction, but I'm going to introduce them anyways. Willow is a very excellent all-around player. He's on my Veil team, great mechanically. There's really not too much bad I could say about Willow, except he just sucks. And then Not Gollum, they're rockets. Insane Rocketeer. Really an underappreciated Rocketeer in my opinion. There's a lot you can learn from Not Gollum, so I'm going to be looking out for him today. I just know he's just tough as hell to take out once he's on rockets. And on the flip side, we have Southern Cross. Lineup starting with Bueller. Bueller, strong player. You'll see him in pubs a lot, very active in the community. Someone you can never let your guard down around or he'll kill you. And they got Crash Zone, one of the twin sisters in Southern Cross. You'll find her on late at nights, occasionally playing, killing you. The usual candidate. Then Rapscallion, the Rocketeer from Down Under. Is that the way to bring it up? Rapscallion's excellent at rockets, and does a lot for his team. That's really all I can say. He's a great guy. Trey finally coming back. I think we were talking about him earlier, right? FireHorse. Trey was playing with one controller last season, so he wasn't really able to play. I remember playing with him, even despite only.
He was still destroying people.
Yeah, literally I was about to say. And despite only having one controller, the guy was still keeping up with the rest of the team. This is crazy. So I'm glad he's back. He's got both controllers. He's a sneaky guy, sneaky player. So Loop's gonna have to watch their guard around him. But yeah, still waiting for one more player to get in. We might be delayed since there's the server issues, so maybe they're not able to get in. So just bear with us, be patient, and get this show on the road. So, what do you guys think prediction-wise? What do you think's gonna take it?
And I'm looking at the 4 for Southern Cross. I wonder who their 5th is going to be. Didn't they get somebody else recently on the roster? Let me check that roster.
I mean, they had Nugget. Nugget is a person I would want to see in for Southern Cross.
Yeah, Nugget would be.
Yeah. But has Nugget been playing lately? I haven't really been keeping up with the players' activity. Axe is another person.
Draft League.
Axe another person I would suspect would come in, especially for domination apps. She's super cracked at doms. But yeah, I guess we'll see who they bring in for their 5th.
Yeah, it's gonna depend a lot on who their 5th is.
And it looks like they are playing. Are they playing San Jose right now? It's Yellow Ping, so I'm suspecting it's San Jose. Oh wait, no. Yellow Ping for Loop, so they're playing Sydney right now. Gotcha. So,
interesting. See how
I think,
the servers will affect everything.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like if anyone would know how Ping would affect their role, Stone would know. But yeah, on Sydney, of course, Rockets being server-sided. Now Column's up for a challenge rocket-wise. Rockets shooting out like a whole second. I mean, it's possible. Well, not a second, more like third or fourth of a second, but it's possible to kill yourself a lot with rockets and even dash into your own rockets with how delayed the input to output of your rockets go. So that's something hopefully you've been practicing for. I know the last time I played, I think I killed myself 3 times rolling with rockets. I shut it down.
Yeah, rockets are extremely hard to use on high ping because of the fact that they shoot out server-sided. and the damage itself is also server side, so it's all delayed of how it works.
Yeah, and isn't like in Rocketeer of all the roles is like one of the most time reliant ones too. How do you go about approaching that at a high ping?
At a high ping, I don't really use rockets that much, to be honest. It's just
Just
not really that useful.
Gotcha. All right, I guess it'll be interesting to see if what not Gauntlet sets do. That's just roll with maybe a shield or something to try to be a little impactful. I will say Southern Cross is extremely dangerous on their home turf. These guys are used to their ping, and on their home server, these guys are very strong. So Loop has a lot to be concerned about for Canyon. I remember last season, Southern Cross on their home server on Launchpad were just tearing it up, taking on top 5 teams, winning, taking checkpoint, holding players at teams at checkpoint. I mean, this is something that Loop hopefully has been preparing for. That being said,
Has anyone noticed that Luke has all got the same helmet?
the skull helmet. That's the one. That's the one I'm rocking right now. I think. I like that helmet.
Actually, though,
Looks
they're all wearing the runner set.
Oh, they are too. Wow. Okay, matching uniforms. I like it. I like it. I mean, yeah. If you got the credits, go for it. I mean.
So I had to scroll all the way up to May 3rd, 2021 to find Southern Cross's roster here. They got Nugget, Axion, Kevin with a B, Quokka, Marisol, and Rembrandt missing in action so far. So
Yeah, where's
I don't
Rembrandt?
really think I know Kevin or Marisol, but the rest of them are all solid players.
And actually, Kevin's not on their roster on the website, so I don't think he could play even if he wanted to.
Oh, okay.
Marisol.
Yeah.
Marisol is a pup player. He used to play like around a year ago.
Gotcha. Oh, looks like they got their 5th, and it is Axe. They're bringing Axe, so Loop's gonna have to contend with the Tower of the Twins, Axe and Crash. Wait, are they twins or are they just sisters? I feel like I should know this. In my book, they're practically twins. Oh man, I always thought they were twins for some reason.
Well, there used to be Crash
Sorry,
Zone
Axe, I'm
1
sorry,
and Crash Zone 2,
Oh, really?
and then Crash Zone 2 became Axion.
Who's the older sister?
That's a good question. I can't remember.
I've
I think they're
never-
like a year and a half apart, something like that.
Really? Why did I assume they were twins? That's crazy. I blame Axe. Axe, you need to explain these things to me better. How could you?
Yeah,
Anyways.
I got to see them go from, just kind of normal players. Like they could always hold their own, but like over the past year and a half, maybe, both Axe and Crash have just gotten so much better. They destroy me every time I play them.
Yeah. There. But Southern Cross today missing both Nugget and Rembrandt, so I wonder how this will affect their strats and lineup. So that will be interesting. I mean, on Loop's side, they don't have Lat today, which is interesting. I wanted the first match for both these teams. I wanted to see Lat playing it and see how he fits their system and strats. But good to see
Luke's
Willow.
got a pretty deep roster. They're missing Fathead, Jake Wolf, Lat. They got a bunch of good players in that team.
Yeah, they're stacked. And I know Willow specifically was like, no, I'm not going to play anything else but this match tonight. He's letting us on. But yeah, here we go. Let's get started.
Prepare to start.
Oh no, okay. It looked like a drop right away, but just took a second.
Great. Starting off with Swervo, we're going to rock those shocks.
Interested to see how Swervo does, considering with the high ping.
Yeah.
The shocks.
Hopefully she doesn't kill herself super quick. Shocks on this ping is super scary.
Match starts in 3.
Yeah, Swervo does this dash back and forth from one side of the cart to the other, firing shocks, and just has it down to like a rhythm. It's really hard to stop sometimes.
Looks like an early tag on main rail, just putting down pressure on main. Trey already in the flank, super deep. I don't think Luke's going to be expecting unless they called it out, but cart's not moving at this point.
Yeah,
looks like
bit
Loop is
unlucky there.
Loop's very set up around Cart at this point. Cart still not moving. Still 2 reds in the area. Finally getting some push as red gets cleared from the spawn area. Smacks surviving on that rail super long. Not sure how it's not taken out by now. Big battle. Loop still controlling that momentum in this early phase of the game. Southern Cross trying to get into their flow here. It looks like they are not pushing up, so they don't have any forward space either at this point. Playing very reactive.
Nice double pick from Bueller.
Southern Cross is
Stacking the cart.
for all that lost time. They
Triple stack here. And
Probably
they don't really have
why
a
they're triple stacking it.
yeah, probably they don't have a choice at this point. They want to make it on time. Grab Scallion, holding lobby with the shocks, bending any flanks. Nice tag, but getting taken out by Smacks. Loop with a nice lobby hold. Treyu, however, taking out Smacks from the side, getting deep into their flank. Ooh, little post dash by Smacks on it, Treyu, but covering that flank. I saw a streak in Smacks' peripheral. Hopefully they called out that. It looks like Southern Cross is getting the flanks, but they're not coordinating with that much with the cart. However, cart is actually moving at a decent pace, only like about 20 seconds behind pace at this point. So it looks like the stacking did work out for them, or is working out so far. Rockets going up though. Gollum is choosing to roll with rockets because he's just that good. Willow with a nice headshot pick on top rail. Cuervo choosing to shut down cart early, getting a pick on top rail as well. A lot of movement there in the lobby. We're seeing red rushing into blue spawn as well. I mean, they've got a lot of space. They've got a lot of ways, a lot of directions they go at this point. 3 red around cart, shutting it down. Blue group up, push. Getting some pushy here. It's pushy. But not Gollum shutting down with a single gold rocket in the right hand.
So far, it looks like the connection is not affecting Loop very much.
Yeah, it looks like they're just they're playing very comfortably. It's just experience, I guess. It's just like these guys know just how to play even on the latency issues. Yeah, huge hold here by Loop. Held for over a minute now, just in this like 3% bend here. Axe with a nice double pick and to get cart moving, going for that dash pickup, a good choice to stop any rocket momentum. And another pick on Willow to get more, really putting in the work. Axe going for another pick on a 4K.
Just starting to get
a
wound
5K,
up here.
she's on fire. Finally getting taken down by Willow, but not before getting the cart moving almost a whole percent on her own.
Got some good push off of that killing spree.
Yeah, once
not sure if
Axion
it's gonna be able to make
gets
it for
in the
long
zone, they're gonna push.
Then the cross clearing out Loop from their base, getting ready for a group up. They got one in the flank, however, they get taken down. Group up's starting to push. Cart's cleared. Rockets go down. 2, 1. And the last pusher goes down.
Good distraction. He's got
control.
2. Looks like 2 are chasing him there. Hopefully his team is making use of this time.
Ooh, not going taking Treyu down, but no. Treyu did his job. He took out those, delayed the rockets. Didn't take well for not going to get back up. And choosing not to go for rockets this time.
Under a minute remaining, definitely the possibility of pre-checkpointing here. Let's see if they can get it for one strong push.
I'm
Loop
surprised
being
with
very
how many
sneaky.
how many kills Not Golem's being able to get just hitting the rockets on the main rail.
Yeah, Knockout's doing a great job with these rockets.
A lot of survivability.
And that's a tough shot that he just made there.
Doesn't look like Southern Cross is gonna make it a checkpoint.
20 seconds left. They're gonna need 2 strong pushes at this point. A little delayed on that first push.
10,
Still
9,
delaying on the group up. They gotta go.
7,
They're not gonna have time for a second
No,
push. This is
yeah, not Golem
this
here.
is yeah. This is their overtime push right now.
2, 1. Time's up.
They don't even get
Oh,
overtime.
and that's it. Wow. Which is surprising because they're playing on their server. They should know how to get that timing for the overtime. Well,
Switching
Loop doing a
sides.
fantastic job. Willow going 25-18, top scoring for his team closely. Actually, top fragging, not Golem, rocking a 28-12, just absolutely killing it with those rockets. And I mean, everyone on Loop right now is doing a fantastic job. Only one going positive for Southern Cross at this point is Bueller, 22-21. Oh, no, Rapscallion and Bueller. My bad, my bad. But yeah, now they are on
Match
red,
starts
potential to
in
raise their
3,
KDs, and
2,
if they're gonna have one hell of a
1,
stop here in order to stop
go.
Loop. Loop known very well for their coordination and their objective play
First
focused.
elimination.
Do you know if we've seen any double pre-checkpoints this season? I don't think we have yet.
I don't think so.
Loop doing a decent job of clearing out the area. Still 1 red, Crash, 2 red, and choosing to go shield on cart. Surprisingly, that's interesting. Red King taking
I've
out.
been seeing shield on card a lot lately, and it actually seems to be pretty effective, given you know, if you do it right.
Nice.
Like if the whole team is fighting near cart and you're on the cart crouching with a shield, I've seen it work.
Being very cart focused. But honestly, they don't even need to take space. Southern Cross not putting a lot of bodies around cart at this point. Finally, lobby getting contested. 1 red still in lobby, takes out cart player. Got Mr. Soap going to the flank. Taking out Rapscallion from behind, taking out Bueller.
Ooh. Very methodical the way he moves too. I like it.
Trigger patience here. Oh man, almost nearly got taken out by cart. I was almost expecting to see a post dash on that cart. Not go well. Willow taking out Axe. Looking for a second K, gets taken down. Swerve on cart. Looking to avoid those rockets. Luke really pushing that low dash flank. Luke right now are only about 20 seconds in front of what Southern Cross. So I mean, Southern Cross has an opportunity to hold them there. Gotta really
Yeah, this
be
is
cart focused.
around the same time that Cart was at this position for Southern Cross. So Southern Cross
they're
can
doing
very
it.
well hold them here, but it's gonna be extremely difficult.
They're gonna have a body on cart almost the whole entire time. Big battle here, lots of trades. Willow winning it out, getting some push. Oh, it takes out Bueller. Cart moving ferociously now.
Even with that little bit of push, it becomes just a lot harder for Southern Cross. The fact that that tiny bit of push is basically put him halfway to go.
And at this time, Southern Cross was still stuck on the bend. So Loop already having a pretty significant advantage. They're nearing the other endpoint for the other team. I mean, they don't even have to get checkpoint to win. Only 1% now with 3 minutes. It's looking very well they're taking this map. Real question is, will they be at 100% and past checkpoint? Question. Big push here.
And
Oh no,
if they
triple push.
make checkpoint, I'm interested to see how they use the ping to try and go up into the spawn. Because at this ping, the Peeker's advantage is crazy. You can very well on spawner just spawn camp the enemy team for a while. Yeah, it looks
I'm
like
taking
Loop takes
myself
it.
out by 72% at this point. Still have 2 minutes to get all that MMR gain though. For Southern Cross, it's still going to be crucial to hold them, but they're getting huge pushes and clearing. Only probably 0.5% now, and how is that not a cross? It's so close,
Checkpoint.
and that's it. That's checkpoint for them. An excellent push by Loop. Now looking to get some forward space here. Getting some early push to triple stacking cart or double stacking cart. But it looks like they have plenty of space here. Southern Cross still in their base.
Yep, and this is what I was talking about. How they can use a picker's advantage in order to spawn get them really easily. Dash up on the rail and catch them off guard. They don't really have time to react.
Nice tag by Beeler, shoot over that wall. It's not a hard shot. It's not an easy shot.
It does look like Southern Cross here in the map.
It looks like Bueller had the sticker rails on. Kind of stuck that rail and rammed himself a cart. Trey with the sneaky shield and shotgun combo here.
I like how he's using
all
that shield.
over.
He like pulls it down and then puts it
Loop
back up.
getting a great push there. Southern Cross are basically just letting them go up the ramp.
Rockets hang out, knock on him. Sacrificing his life for that extra few percent. A lot of trades under the rafters. Southern Cross shutting down an attic push. And it looks like Loop's group up at this point has been shut down. Oh, not getting that cave dash. That's going to be pivotal for Loop's momentum here. Yeah, a lot of space now. They've essentially cleared. They can lock him and spawn. And they are. Southern Cross in a danger's on their heels now. They got to really clear. And they're doing it. They're clearing it. Back in possession of attic. Now with an angle of
That's a
cart
wipe.
and water cart.
And
Wow,
it's completely clear.
that was
Loop died.
that was a really good counter. They were in a dangerous spot there with the spawn hold that Loop had, but they did it, counted it extremely well. Loop now with another attempt at spawn lock. Mr. Stope with a nice clear on basement there, providing nice cover fire for the cart pushers. And it looks like Southern Cross were trying to send players up to get the dash. Good effort on their part. Trades happening on cart. Axe winning it out. Willow with some nice movement again taken out. Axe still with just a trickle of health here. Hanging on.
They've slowed him down a lot in the last minute here.
Yeah, they've done a really good job on this defense. Because, I mean, almost every single push by Loop has been this coordinated group up. So once again, choosing not to get on cart. Big battle here. Loop gaining control, but it looks like they gave up a couple dashes. I'll probably calling out rocket location, see what they can do. Cart's moving. That's all it takes. Finally getting stopped. Yeah, look, at this point, they're just trickling. They got momentum, they got space. Oh. Hello, Mad Dash is taking out X for that 2K. Going for those rockets. Just barely out of his reach. Ah, getting taken out by Axe. Axe with the nice
Couldn't get
revenge kill on Willow.
Loop seems to always have either Willow or Mr. Soap kind of hanging back and just shooting everybody while, you know, from far away while the fights are happening. And they're just doing so much damage. It's really swaying the tide of the battle.
That firepower was useful. Mr. Soap choosing to steal the rockets from Rapscallion. Oh, cheeky kill on Rapscallion and taking the rocket. Disrespectful. Wow.
Yeah, and preventing that rocket from being picked back up.
But I mean, all Luke
I think he got
cleared,
both
so.
from their rockets.
Yeah, despite taking rockets out for that long, not able to get much of a push out of it. So the cross finally choosing to push up a little too late, getting taken out by the group up there. Big attic push. Doxing taken down. It's good work by Southern Cross. Creo killing it with the shotguns.
They gotta be careful not to have too many standing on that card at once. Man, I can't root for any team. I got friends on both sides.
Oh, nasty shocks by Saltus. Take out that trade.
There's definitely the
Dramatic.
possibility of preventing 100%.
There's only 6% left in a minute 26. This is gonna be a close one for sure. And Southern Cross are
As
still
long
doing
as they
a
don't
decent
get
job.
fully wiped, they should be able to keep them from 100.
Soap is just nasty with that long range accuracy. He's picking out heads from just at range. I mean, a lot of practice, a lot of experience there. Crash pushing up, trying to prevent any group ups,
1 minute remaining.
and really being a thorn in Loop's side right now. Finally taking her out. Remnants of a push here. Few Loop players still left alive. Trying to take out those rockets for the next push, but getting taken out. And it looks like they're a little bit off rhythm right now. Loop getting picked out one by one.
I think they can stop them from 100. If they keep this going, they're gonna stop them.
Big group up by Loop though. Creating only one Loop left. Crash eyeing in on the last player getting taken out.
Ten, 9, 8,
Oh,
Rockets missing cart. Oh, taking out one last player.
jumped on it. Nice.
3, 2,
Aiming for that overtime.
overtime.
They do get it. Oh, and they get it. They clear.
no.
They get it. Wow. Oh my gosh, that was excellent.
Wow.
Wow.
Watch Southern
Looks
Cross
like-
players jumped on the car at the same time. They didn't
Yeah, it looked like
communicate
the-
that well.
Somebody got the attic shock and just cleared them at that last
Wow.
group up.
I mean, that was a really great trickle push that last second there to get overtime and then clear cart and hop on it. I mean, I couldn't have done it better. I mean, so Loop with the final scout tally 100% versus 48. Top score and Willow going 7K, 7,700. Mr. Soap following closely behind. Top fragging though, Mr. Soap 60-45. On Southern Cross's side, Axion 55-52. Top score per team.
Very even kills on both sides.
It is. But Bueller ending with the top frags for Southern Cross at 56. Yeah, you're right. A really close score distribution across the board. Everyone putting in work, either the cart pushes, the damages, the kills. Not really any major weaknesses on either side, so great plays all around.
And what server is Waterway?
The Waterway will be the opposite. It'll be Loop's favor, whether or not they choose San Jose versus, I don't know, Dallas. That's the question. But most of Loop at this point, they are West Coast. So I wouldn't be surprised if they do Dallas. Doo-doo.
Doo-doo.
I was like, am I mature enough not to say anything? Apparently not.
Never. I'm almost 40.
Oh man.
Well, not yet. Maybe later in life. We'll see.
Fingers crossed, maybe? I don't know. There's not a lot of hope, I'll be honest. I will always get a chuckle out of that. But yeah. So that was Southern Cross's, in my opinion, their best chance at getting close to a win. With the ping advantage in their group ups, the coordination. It's going to be a tough one. Now playing at a disadvantage on Waterway. Also playing on their weaker map overall. It's going to be interesting. I do know that they did take some Waterway wins on their server, but they don't have. Oh no, they do. They do have Rembrandt. Oh yeah, so they're bringing in Rembrandt. I was about to say, yeah, they probably need Rembrandt for Waterway. It'd be really nice for getting in Nugget as well, but looking like they're switching up.
Yeah, where's Nugget? He was kind of missing for a lot of the draft league matches too, and I was always on his case, like, Nugget, we need you there, man. we're trying to win this thing, and I'd have to get him like to agree to show up like a week ahead of time.
Yeah, Southern Cross probably hurt a little bit. Nugget not being around. It is what it is.
Yeah, Nugget's a amazing player. I mean, he could definitely help him out. Hopefully he comes in here.
It's super difficult to keep up on U.S. servers against U.S. players. Nugget's one of the few that can do that. I mean, I've played on Sydney servers, and it is rough. I mean, it feels like you're dropping a whole tier with the ping difference. It's a lot of respect. That being said, Southern Cross still waiting for their fifth. It looks like Loops subbing in Jake Wolf in the place of not Gollum. Yeah, not Gollum out.
That's a good move. I wonder if we're gonna see him on the sniper rifle or if he's just gonna be pistol sniping. I'm guessing he'll be on the sniper rifles.
Jake Wolf?
Yeah.
I feel like Jake Wolf's the type of player that could do a little bit of everything.
He's a particularly good sniper.
Yeah. At range. I remember the last time I played at a stadium, man, he was just like clearing our team from across the map.
And it's cool too because you don't really see him play that often anymore. He doesn't go to the scrimmages very often.
Like it's the way it is with a lot of the players these days. Just people showing up. I mean, this is the 5th season. A lot of players have been playing like multiple years at this point. Not surprised a little burnout's happening.
You know, I really want Southern Cross to win this map, but looking at these lineups, that just looks like a hell of a Waterway team for Loop.
Yep. Southern Cross definitely have the work cut out for them. Doing a substitution there. Rembrandt coming in for Crash Zone. I really like that jacket, like the runner jacket, like the Hyperdash logo on the back. I think that looks really good. Like, I haven't been a fan of a lot of the design choices, but I like that big old HD on the back. Not Gollum saying,
like,
just
sand
happy
people.
I got a 1 KD for once as a main card.
Willow's skin looks like sand people from Star Wars.
Like the sand Tusken Raiders?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just need a stick and then need to do the Tusken roar. But yeah, oh man, not Gollum. You are absolutely right. Cart. Yeah, I remember finishing season 3 as a cart main, and I ended up with a 0.99. I mean, I mention all the time, but man, it is rough, especially playing against the caliber of players you guys go up against. In theory, playing Rockets would kind of balance out the KD loss you get from playing cart, but it doesn't always go the way you want it to. Yes. Team's doing last minute preparations, so we're about to head into our second map here.
So I spoke to Style Dev, and apparently after the cycle is concluded, the screen we're seeing there in the mini map, that the chart with the teams and the tiers.
Yeah.
Apparently they're going to have an updated graphic for each
Really?
cycle, which will show the ranks and whether
Oh
they
my
moved up
God.
or down.
That's awesome. Wow.
Yeah,
I
looking
think
forward
that's
to that.
that's a great choice. It looks awesome. Hopping in, and it puts a lot of advertising out for the league as well. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's super cool. I'm curious why we didn't do this in an earlier season. Maybe
Right.
just time constraints
Sure.
with the developers.
Yeah. I know the
But it's
upper
awesome.
hand's full. Yeah, not all I'm
It'd
noting.
be cool too
some
if they
cross-
did if they did like a MVD frame, like on like LP on the wall or something like that. Like here's MVD from season 5.
like the different banners, NBA style, that type of thing.
Yeah, just put a little little bragging rights into the map itself, because it is not easy to be the MVD. I mean, this is I think it's the most challenging game I've ever played. And to be the #1 guy for a season is quite the task and quite the accomplishment. So
And the skill ceiling is extremely high in Hyperdash. Your quest saying unpopular opinion, but I think higher ping equals higher survivability. I
I
don't
think
know about
that's
that.
somewhat true.
It all depends on your playstyle, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely depends.
Hey, feel free to come and destroy us on Sydney anytime you like.
A lot of
I actually
a lot
think
of,
Dallas is my worst server, even though it's low ping. Just doesn't seem to have good connection for me. And I moved across the country, and it's still my worst server, so I don't know what's up with that.
yeah. All I know is I cannot do what I do on US servers in Sydney against Sydney players. So
I'm back in Bama. Got that fiber internet going. It's definitely better than my old internet.
I would say the cons weigh out the pros when it comes to ping. All right, but anyways, getting started. Southern Cross versus Loop. Second map, Waterway. Let's go.
Match starts in
Do you think
Don't
this is going to be a
know.
long,
2.
drawn-out, sweaty, intense one, or do you think somebody's going to take an early lead here?
Take C.
I imagine Loop is going to be pushing for that sub 3 minute if possible. Always aiming for the sub 3. Already in Southern Cross, only one left alive, but B not getting taken. There was a chance for a lockout, but B still not taken by Loop. Did they designate someone to get B?
Blue teams countered. Blue teams countered.
Oh, countdown there. I think they lost that first sub minute just because they didn't really designate enough people to hit B.
Score countered.
But still, very strong start. Southern Cross finally getting back their base and B. Good solid hold on B currently.
Can we see the scoreboard just to see what color the pings are looking like? Oh yeah, a couple, three red, 2.5 red. Yeah, they're worse off on this server than Loop was on the last one.
We'll clear it out. Rembrandt in the basement, taking out Treyu, pushing in, ding, taken out by Rembrandt. Rembrandt with the revenge kill. Always love a revenge kill. Ooh, Smack's taken out. Rembrandt on the rail. Probably shouldn't have been on the rail, but what are you gonna do?
Countered. Blue team countered.
Well, on his screen, he probably wasn't on the rail.
Loop looking to hit the last button there. Taking a little longer. Looks like they're getting taken out one by one.
Red
Southern
takes
Cross
B.
getting repossession of B.
Blue takes B.
Rapscalon rushing into Loop's base, going for that button, but they don't have B currently. Oh, countdown! Briefly countered by Mr. Stope at B, and they get their own base. Jake Wolf clearing base for them.
Smack's starting off strong, 8-1.
Blue takes B.
Just just look at his positioning. He plays in cover a lot. Right? You can tell he's got experience. This is even. Oh, brief countdown. Even. Oh, the countdown. 3 alive though. Deep button hold. Last second counter by Rembrandt, also taking out the player on button. Nice counter. Riding the rail though. Bueller, what you doing? Gets taken out by Swervo rushing into their base. Got a countdown. Button hold. Countered at B
Red takes A.
and their base. Southern Cross doing a fantastic job with all these counters. I mean, counters are insanely difficult on high ping. What I don't like though is the amount of rail riding from Southern Cross. I mean, look at them. Axe also getting taken out on rail. They're just getting picked off one by one on rail. And at this ping disadvantage, I'm not sure what they're doing.
Blue takes B.
Probably just going for the constant aggression.
Blue team.
Oh, Bueller getting a little frustrated there. Trading though. Blue countdown. Button hold. 3 left alive. Axe with the counter. Oh, Rapscallion with the counter. Axe clearing the base for them now.
Blue takes C. Red takes B.
I do have to say,
Blue takes B.
extremely impressed with how well Southern Cross is doing early on.
Blue team
Really holding
countered.
aggression, getting the counters in, getting those clutch plays, and even getting countdowns as well. I mean, they're going full tilt into
Red takes C.
this map.
Blue takes C.
Yeah, you know, Southern Cross is no stranger to bad connections. They're probably pretty used to it as much as anybody is by now.
Blue team
great.
scores in 3.
Blue countdown,
Countered.
but full Southern Cross team alive. Managed to get their base back and Luke's base. Luke only holding B now. Luke looking to push up from B in a little bit of a tenuous situation here. They got to get off B. Nice dash down to basement, getting the 2K down in Southern Cross's base. Really need to get Southern. Oh, they don't have their own, but oh, losing. They lost B. They managed to get back their own base though. Nice long range kill by Smack. Smack's really working the long range today. Oh, Rembrandt killing himself. Probably a lag death there on water. Wouldn't be surprised.
Blue takes B.
Yeah, Rembrandt, despite his little skinny dip there, he's still top of kills for the team with 14. Right behind
like-
Willow and Smacks with 15 each.
There was one Southern. This player, yeah, Trey is sneaking into the
Countered.
Southern Luke's base. They probably stopped that countdown single-handedly, but only going 2 and 17 right now. Trey is struggling on the early game, which is surprising. Like typically he does better on Waterway. This probably needs a little bit of time to
Red
adjust.
team countered. Blue takes A. Red takes A.
Yeah, Loop are doing a really good job with possession, or with aggression, but they're not doing a great job of holding. Oh, countdown by Southern Cross,
Red takes B.
but gets countered there.
Blue takes
But I wonder if
B.
they're having difficulty designating people to really hold B for them. They tend to lose B quite a bit.
Red takes B.
Battle at B. Taking out Jake Wolf and
Red
getting
takes
B.
B.
Loop now only with their base currently.
Blue takes B.
Another B battle.
Red takes B.
Smack's dashing around anywhere, taken out by Axe.
Blue
I think that's the
takes
second
B.
kill on him that she's gotten in a
Blue
row.
team score countered.
Brief countdown.
Red takes
Getting countered.
B.
It's just counters all over the board at this
Red
point.
takes
Bueller with a
A.
nice movement there. Oh, but mismanaging the dash to get taken out.
Blue takes
The dreaded
B.
button stock dash block.
Right.
Red takes B.
You hate to see it.
Yeah. Yes.
Blue takes A.
Cuervo trying to find taking an unconventional spot, not expected by Southern Cross, getting a
Blue
kill on
team
Rapscallion.
scores
We got a
counter.
countdown here, but unable to get the
Blue
button
team
in time.
scores
All
in
of Southern
counter.
Cross now alive though.
Red team
Southern
Oh,
Cross
a
counter
reversal.
countdown. Wow, it's going back and forth. So it has been over 7 minutes now. Not a point yet for either team, despite the multiple countdowns. Probably need a little more button focus all around.
Blue team scores in 3
Countdown.
countered.
Full Southern
Red
Cross alive,
takes
though.
A.
And that's what they're really struggling with. They get the countdowns, but not getting the countdowns in the right timing. You gotta try to lock player. You gotta try to lock the other team in. Otherwise, it'd be a futile. It's futile.
Red
My
takes
opinion.
B.
It's
Red
super
takes
rare.
B.
It's super rare to win a countdown when the other team has most of the players alive.
Blue takes
Gotta lock 'em
B.
in.
Blue team scores.
Another loop
in 3
countdown, but all of a sudden the
countered.
cross still alive.
Red
It's a
takes
weird
A.
concept, but
Blue takes
Luke
B.
maybe needs to
Red takes B.
really just hold the area and
Blue
then
takes
be a
A.
little more patient with that
Blue
button
takes
pushes.
B.
Just take some resources or something.
Red takes C.
Max playing base defense. Luke now only with
Blue
Vegan.
takes
Takeout from
A.
behind by
Red
Treyu. I'm
takes
surprised no one
A.
called it out. Treyu taking a double tay. Oh, no!
Red takes
Oh,
A.
man.
Blue takes C. Red
Did he
takes
push their
B.
button? Did he push Luke's button? It almost looked like he was chasing kills there. I wasn't sure. Yeah, chasing the kills a little bit. I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna say anything.
Blue takes B. Red
More
takes
battle
B.
at B.
Blue takes B.
Bueller holding his guns gangster style.
Anyways, it's like one of the Hyperdash is one of the few games where you can actually get away with it being proper form to go gangster style.
Blue takes B.
Well, everybody knows if you hold the gun sideways, it makes your aim better.
Blue team scores in
Get that.
3.
Why do you think all the thugs do it?
Countdown, loop, finally get it!
Wins this
After,
Oh, first
what was that,
point.
like almost 9 minutes, 8 minutes, finally getting the first point.
Wow, they're really frustrated there. They're really
Yeah.
close.
go.
Yeah, just over 9 minutes now to get the first point.
elimination.
At the pace they're going, not on pace for 3-0 at this
Blue team
point.
scores in
Oh,
3,
another
2,
quick countdown. All of Southern Cross alive, and they don't get the
Oh,
what?
no.
Wow.
round.
Oh, and that had to be some server issue there because Bueller was all over that button. But that's the, oh man, and that's
Bueller
the
probably
frustrating
pressed
thing.
it on-
Yeah, he probably pressed it.
There's
It
three.
takes
Takes C.
there's a button delay. It takes like a third of a second for that input to go through when you're playing at peaks like this. You always have to account for that, but
Blue team scores counter.
Another countdown by Luke.
Red takes
man,
A.
that was extremely
Blue
fast
takes B.
point capture. Probably what they were looking to do the first point.
Blue
And it looks like they
team
really
scores in 3,
they really made up for that first
1.
kind of fail on B there. Oh, and Luke
Wow.
taking the win.
Ooh, damn.
Excellent button hold there. Wow. Man, did they get both those last 2 points in a minute? I mean, that was super quick.
Pretty sure they did.
You know what? To be honest, I don't think I've ever seen that before. But yeah. Looking at final scores, 3-0 for Loop's favor. Top fragging on Loop's side is Willow going 32-22. Top score and Swervo going 7,000 points, closely followed by Mr. Soap. Axe once again top scoring for her team going at 8,000, 22-24. Top frag goes to Bueller, and no surprise there. Doing a lot of work done. But still, congratulations to Loop for taking the map and taking the win overall. But yeah, I was about to say, I don't think I've ever seen a team get 2 points after a 10-minute extended time. That's just not how it goes generally, right? Like usually, you might get like the first 2 points in the first minute, then things really tend to stall out. It's usually not the other way around. So I don't know. That might be.
Yeah, I
first for me.
haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm not really sure what happened. Maybe Loop just had to get it together. But yeah, a good, strong performance by Loop for their first map. And Southern Cross is also Southern Cross's first map. Loop going up on Sunday, they're going to be facing Phoenix. And Phoenix being an extremely strong team, that'll be a really good demonstration. Probably try to bring out their top lineup there as they get ready for that.
Yeah, Phoenix is not as deep of a roster as Loop, but their top players are pretty nasty. So
Yeah.
if they if they can get all their top players to show up, they're gonna give Loop a run for their money for sure.
And I mean, even if their roster isn't as deep, they're an extremely objective-oriented team, and they know how to play together. Even without top roster, objectively, they are strong. They'll get that checkpoint, and that's how they really did that Canyon well against Envy. Envy with like the 5 extremely strong players, but getting held at checkpoint by them was just a huge performance. I would say Loop has their work cut out in both firepower and objective play. Yeah, I'll be looking forward to watching that match Sunday. Southern Cross going up against yours truly, Dark, tomorrow at 5 p.m. EST. Don't miss out that. It's going to be a good one. Doing the exact same servers and maps as Loop, so we'll see how we stack up against them.
Never played a match in Sydney.
Hey, not sure if you noticed, there's some frame drops in that Waterway match.
Really?
Did you guys see that?
Yeah, there's some, especially around like the countdown. Because I mean,
Yeah, it seemed to be kicking in about every 20 seconds. I had the task manager open looking for maxed out resources.
Yeah.
Everything was running fine this end, so I'm not quite sure what the reason for the frame drops were, but it could be the heat here. It's really bloody hot. So, and my computer hasn't been rebooted for a couple of days, so, or more likely a couple of weeks actually.
Yeah.
So it's probably due for a bit of a refresh. So I apologise for that. We'll get to the bottom of it for the next cast though. So rest assured, it won't be around for much longer.
Gotcha. I mean, I thought it looked fine. I don't know if you guys noticed anything.
Just a couple times it got a little choppy, but it was mostly good.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah, it's a bit new for me, so I'm not quite sure what the exact cause was, but I will get to the bottom of it. Rest assured.
sounds good.
Yeah, so kind of a bummer for Southern Cross. They definitely held their own for the first 9.5 minutes of Waterway, and then we saw just kind of a strange 3 points in a row. Very, very weird. Wonder what was going on there. Maybe the button didn't press for Bueller the first one, and then
Yeah, it really
who
looked
knows?
like it. Yeah, it really looked like he had that. But I mean, he knows how to play. He knows how, I mean, he knows how to counter at that high ping. So I wonder if there's like a server issue there that wasn't allowing him. He was frustrated.
We see the scoreboard. The heads-up display is only showing Bueller and Mr. Soap. Oh, there we go. Okay. Rembrandt in the lead. Well, that's a close match. It's only 4 kill spread for the first and last place.
All right, well, I'm gonna head out. So thank you, FireHorse, for casting. Thank you for everyone for hopping in, and watching the match. Thank you to Loop and Southern Cross for playing. I mean, there wouldn't really be a game without them, you know.
Yep. See you, Castle.
All right, you guys have a good one.
All right, take it easy. FireHorse. The other night I saw.
Watch the end of this, or?
This is off topic, but since we're on the death match, it should be all right. I saw an old friend of mine that I hadn't seen in a couple of years at the bar the other night. And he's got a Nissan 240 SX, Southern car, clean, no rust. And I was showing him the pictures of your previous 300 ZXs, and he was like, "Oh wow, look at how clean those things are."
Yeah, I spent a bit of time on them.
Yeah, I bet. You just have the maroon colored one now, right?
I've got 3 actually. I've got a white one, a black one, and a maroon.
Okay. Yeah, because I saw the picture where you had 4 of them in the picture, and then you showed me the maroon one, which was a different one than the 4 in the other picture. But I'm guessing 2 of those in the picture of 4 you still have.
Yeah. One of the white ones and one of the black ones. I sold the cream one, sold the black one. I've had about 14 or 16 of these 300 ZX. Playing around with them, doing them up, it's kind of been a bit of a hobby for me for the last 7 or 8 years, I guess. I don't do any mechanical work as far as engine work goes. That I leave that to the mechanics. But interior, suspension, all that sort of stuff, I can reasonably play around with. So
Nice.
So yeah, a lot of them have got upgraded suspension, upgraded interior. I've spent a little bit of money on trying to make them look nice.
Do those come as a 5-speed?
think it's a 5-speed. It's a typical H. 5 if you count reverse, I guess.
Oh, it's a 4-speed back then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 90s cars were cool. They were so much lighter, and it was like the first decade where cars actually got kind of quick, you know?
Oh yeah, turbocharged. I mean, you look at the R32. I mean, it's still a killer on the. You whack a big turbo on an R32 and put it on the drag strip, and there's not many things that can keep up with it, you know.
Yeah, those are awesome. I've always wanted one of those, like a right-hand drive one to make it even cooler.
Yeah, the left swingers. We've got a few Chevy left swingers in Australia and New Zealand.
Taking the lead.
It's weird driving a left-hand drive car.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I think I've driven a couple of right-hand drive cars, but I don't think they were stick shifts though. I'm used to shifting with the right hand, but I think it'd be pretty easy to just hop on and drive a left-hand drive one or a right-hand drive one. I don't think it would confuse my brain. I think it would make sense to just like sit down and be like, yeah, this makes sense. I drove a 1931 Ford Model A, and first gear is where second is. Second is where first is, so it's a little weird there.
Yeah, that's bizarre.
Yeah, those things
The
are cool.
240's a bloody nice car, and quite a valuable car these days too. A good original 240.
Yeah, he said he was. His is not fully stock. I think it's been lowered, and then it's probably a little higher mileage now, like 150 or 60,000 miles. So like 190 kilometers on it, maybe. But he said it was like for sale for like 8,000 US.
Wow, that's cheap. That's very cheap for a 240.
Yeah, especially one that's been in the south. It's got no rust because all the cars up north get rusty.
Although you guys get a lot of cars from Japan, or you used to, probably not so much anymore, but the 300ZX scene in America is massive.
Oh yeah.
It is absolutely massive.
Oh yeah, you still see them out on the road quite often.
Yeah, and as such, the price hasn't jumped as much as what they have here in Australia. You look on car sales, you can't get one under 15 grand, and they are, even at 15 grand, it's a project,
Wow. I'll tell my buddy, see if he wants to try to list it. Somebody might want to pay to have it shipped if it's so much cheaper than the ones locally.
Yeah.
I don't know. It probably costs a ton of money to ship one these days.
Exactly. Yeah, I know that the wharfs and shipping container costs and stuff have gone through the roof. We've got some mates that do some import-export, and they were telling me about container charges going up quite a lot, especially thanks to COVID and stuff like that, I imagine. But yeah, it's not cheap to import stuff, so I can imagine. Like we've got a couple of 300ZX suppliers in America that we get parts from, but usually you really only get them from there if you can't get them anywhere else because of the shipping. It's just too expensive.
Yeah.
3 kills remaining.
And then also, Australia is, I think most of the people live on the East Coast, right? But, it's such a gigantic country. If you're on the other side of Australia, like even shipping it from Australia to Australia could be a ton of money too.
Yeah, absolutely. Perth, from Brisbane to Perth is about the same as East Coast to North Coast America, so East to West rather. And that was the death match, and Rembrandt took the win. Woo!
Yeah, let's see that scoreboard here. Nice, Rembrandt. Very close match. 39 kills to 50. All right, thanks for having me, FireHorse. Always a pleasure. Catch you next time.
Yeah, thanks for watching Dash League.
Dash League.
A.